Who that? They go to Impact. Hey, 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 y'all. Cause your flight changed the weather. Oh my. Y'all, today, welcome to another episode of The Golden Impact. Y'all already know it's your host, Ruby, and I have somebody here special. Somebody that just really took top flight to a whole nother level. So it's giving Mr. Top Shelf. Welcome. We are so happy to have you.
Glad to be here.
Let's start with our word, right? I know y'all remember the first episode, Choice. That was impactful. But this episode, the second episode of the year, we are talking about relationships. The word relationships. How does relationships affect you and your business?
So relationships are very important. They're gonna open up a lot of doors. They always say, "Don't burn your bridges." That's in line with relationships because you never know who you're gonna run across. I'm looking at like a lot of old Instagram posts, and a lot of people be like, "Oh yeah, I used to run with this person, run with that person," and then all of a sudden, they'll run with you because you don't burn that bridge. Um, I look at it like in the beginning, a lot of people not gonna mess with you. And then we remember that. Remember those relationships that was broken. So I feel like relationships are important in this business for sure.
Beautiful. And so, being that you're providing impact, you're providing value, you're providing a different outlook, who are you? Where you come from? What you representing today? How you get on the Golden Impact? Like,
The Top Shelf brought me here. That's how I got on the Golden Impact. That's how I got to New York. I'm from California. So we in New York, East Coast, West Coast, we linked up and we making moves. Shout out to my boy Bishop for putting me on this podcast, pointing me in the right direction, showing me love. And that relationship. That's how I got here, that relationship.
Wow.
But the Top Shelf definitely got me here. Just fighting for my dreams and always going hard, not giving up. Because if I give up, I don't make it to New York. I got invited out here to be in a fashion show, and now I'm on this podcast. It's opened up a lot of doors.
Yes. Okay, so you say Top Shelf. What is Top Shelf? I know a few people know Top Shelf as, something else, handle your business, make sure it's Top Shelf, make sure you're right with the right person. But this Top Shelf is real different.
This Top Shelf is, it's a lot, actually. It's what it sounds like. The Top Shelf. Everybody want to be the best at what they do. Everybody, So when I thought of the name, I was thinking like, what can I put it on? What's it gonna always sound good on? I feel like you can put Top Shelf on anything and it's gonna click. It's gonna connect. It's gonna connect a lot of people as well. It's gonna give you a higher level of thinking, I feel like, as well. But we here for the clothing. We're here for the clothing side of it. Like I said, brought me out here to Fashion Week. The Top Shelf is really your dreams. It's really your dreams. So always strive and reach for the top shelf, because I always look at it like this. When you a kid, right, and you in that kindergarten, first grade, second grade class, whatever, your teacher asks you what you want to be when you grow up, right? And what you say. Though is then we get older and we kind of forget what we wanted to be, or we stop striving to be what we wanted to be. So
interruptions, definitely.
Exactly, we get bought out of our dreams. So Top Shelf really is to remind you to keep going for your dream, no matter where you at in life, no matter what you're doing. Working at Walmart, that's cool. Do your thing, make your money, but don't forget who you wanted to be when your teacher asked you, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Right.
That's what the Top Shelf represents.
Absolutely. That reminds me of what Steve Harvey always said. He would talk about when he was younger how he wanted to be on TV, how he wanted to be an actor, but he had a stuttering problem. And his teacher told him he would never be able to be on TV. Look at that man now. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing but truth. It's nothing but health and wealth in every words and every vibes that is being brought to you today. And so when you say Top Shelf is a clothing brand, right? Obviously we have to wear clothes because, that's the law in most places. Check me out in Brazil. Not really a law there, but how does clothing or Top Shelf really impact your community? And then now coming to New York, how do you think the impact will be here compared to what you're typically used to on the West Coast?
I bring a lot of inspiration and motivation. Not just me, but we also have a financial side of it. financial company. So I feel like we do a lot of community events as well. So I feel like where I'm from, there's not too many people that's giving inspiration and motivation. So when you see somebody coming from where you from, and not too many people are doing it, that's gonna motivate that one person, even this one person. It's gonna motivate somebody to wanna to know that it can be done. Like, hey, he from where I'm from. It can be
Right.
done. So I always took that personal. I felt like, it was my job to try and show people we can rise above our circumstances and become greater and reach for the top shelf for sure.
Why did you feel like that was maybe your position as opposed to taking maybe like a sideline role or just watching, days go by?
Man, God,
Oh, oh Lord.
they always say he gonna call on you,
Mm,
and sometimes we try to ignore that call,
right.
but it get hard to ignore it when
Right. You can't D&D
it's
the
just like
Lord.
it's hard to put that down. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's hard to not answer that call. So that's the only explanation I really got for it. It's nothing like I can say. It's just like it's something that's in you. It's in you, and
Mhm.
you feel it. You feel like I gotta complete this task. I gotta complete this role. It's in you. So trust me. Many a times I've tried to ignore it,
Mm.
but you just get to a point where you can't ignore it. And you got to embrace it, and you got to use it in a positive light. You know what I
Beautiful.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're a natural born leader. It's like, okay, a lot of people, they might be, very influential. But it's like, now what are you using your influence for?
Right.
So I choose to try to use my influence in a positive light.
Wow. And so how is that now going to impact, or how do you believe that will impact New York? Because you said you were invited for a fashion show, obviously got the drop on the Golden Impact, came through. So how do you feel like your impact will really take to New Yorkers?
You know what? It's so crazy because I feel like I love New Yorkers.
Y'all heard
I
that?
love I love y'all.
We love y'all
Y'all
too.
motivate us. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest, New Yorkers, y'all are the most confident people that I have met. You know what I'm saying? And y'all think that y'all made everything, which is cool, and I love it. So I want to show y'all though as well. We got something to say, just like y'all. I want to
right.
show y'all. We coming with it too. We coming with it too. So I was walking today, and I got a lot of compliments on what I had on earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that y'all show love though. Y'all do
OD.
show mad love. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all may be mad confident, but y'all show love
Period.
when it's time. So I
Yeah.
felt the love,
Oh,
and I respect it. So I feel like it's gonna show a different side of California. I feel like me coming out here and displaying what I have to display. I feel like we gonna get a newfound respect, or maybe I don't know. Maybe some people out here don't know what California is about. So y'all
right.
can represent
Exactly. Some people
definitely,
never even made it out there yet. So
exactly.
you brought it to
I
them.
brought it to them.
How gracious of
Yeah,
you. Right.
you know.
I know you're watching.
And
Clap it up.
y'all embracing me. So I
Yes.
so I love it. So
It
I love it.
comes back tenfold, especially when it comes from love, authenticity, just
Yeah,
being genuine. And really, I'm just excited when you wake up every day to see what's out there for you, right?
facts.
The opportunities and the relationships. How do you feel about the fashion show? What did you feel like before? And can you kind of elaborate on what it feels like going to such a big event and maybe the apprehension or maybe the excitement? How does it really feel before the event?
So before the event, it feel like a new challenge. It feel like how they gonna receive you. But you know what? I'm confident in what I brought. Um, and I feel like they gonna receive it real well, and I feel like they gonna love it. Like I said, it's gonna open up a lot of people's eyes, and I
Mm.
feel like it's gonna give us the respect that we deserve in California as designers. Um, we have a lot of designers out there, you know. But I do know the East Coast is very influential when it comes to fashion.
Yeah.
So for me to be on this platform in front of all the East Coast, like I said, the ones that feel like they created the fashion, which they did, there's a lot of influential people come from the East Coast, and I love to even be in front of everybody to show what we have to say on the West Coast as well.
Absolutely. And we love having you. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And so, with that being said, obviously, the fashion show you had in New York, can you kind of talk about the fashion show you recently just did? Like, you were a big time producer, big time everything. like all in one. Give me the alley oop with the foul. Like,
it was.
How was it? What was it? How'd the planning go? Why did you decide to do it? Did it help your brand? Did it not help your brand? Talk about it.
Definitely helped the brand. Like I said, we got a financial side that I run with my partner Devontae, and we was just sitting there like, let's do something. We need like a coming out party, you know. And like I said, where we from, stuff like that don't happen. So we had to think outside of the box. And when I say did it help the brand, I don't think it only helped the brand. I think it helped the city. I think it helped the city because we had a bad notion of you don't get that much support. Shout out to Lancaster, shout out to Palmdale, shout out to the 661. And a lot of people want to say, oh, they don't support you out here. But I feel like we showed everybody that they do support you out here because it was a big turnout, a huge turnout. The planning was crazy. It was hectic. It was probably from February to August, we was planning that whole time.
Right.
So, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. It was worth it to see the city come out. It was worth it to get that support. It was worth it to see all the people that was inspired. To this day, people still talking about that show.
As they should.
And they let me know. They let us know every time they see us, yo. That was the craziest thing we ever experienced out here. So I feel like it's going to open up the doors for a lot more people to want to do things and a lot more people to want to support. So I feel like it was, like I said, it was bigger than the brand. It was for sure for the city, for the 661, and we did that. We for sure did that.
Blessings, yes, and y'all sounds like y'all did it fearless, as you should.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Love that.
What you gonna do? Either sink or swim.
Right.
We were swimming.
Right. So, with that being said, fashion, y'all see the drip, y'all see the oils, y'all see the glasses, y'all see the hold on. Don't play with it, Lola, where you at? I know you're tuning in. It's okay. The inventory, now the product, now bringing it really to the community. How did it formulate? How did these ideas come across? How did you know to execute this one as opposed to trash that one? Because that's typically what happens in business, right? Not everything is a go, not everything is a no. You really kind of figure it out along the way.
It really started off as a brand, and I just was like, all right, cool. I came up with the logo. Then I was like, all right, cool. You got a logo, you got a brand. I always wanted a brand to try and bridge the gap for people. Like I said, bring the community together. You might know somebody that could sing, you might know somebody that could rap. But guess what? They don't know nobody that got a studio. So TOPSHELF knows somebody that got a studio. TOPSHELF knows somebody that knows how to sing. We bring those two together, you might have a hit. So that was always my goal, just helping each other out. And then so I was like, okay, well, you just can't run around saying you got a brand. How you gonna get it out there? So I started making hats, the logo on it. And then after that, it was like, all right, let's start the t-shirts.
Hats like this.
Okay, it was more dad hats, but hats like this as well. And then I started falling in love with the fashion side of it, being more creative, starting to feel like I don't want to just be a t-shirt brand. No disrespect to the t-shirt brands, but I wanted to be bigger than that. I wanted more. So I started getting more creative. And then I always look at it like this. I never feel like I have a no. I never feel like I have a no. I always look at it like if somebody didn't like it, that's cool, because it's not always going to be for everybody. You're not always going to like everything. I just haven't came out with anything they like yet. Right. You know what I mean? Which is fine.
Keyword yet.
Keep going. Exactly. Yet. So, and I got a lot of things in the archive. So it really come down to whenever it come out, somebody gonna like it. Success is what you make it. It ain't about how many people get it. It's about, are you satisfied with it? Right. Are you fulfilled as a person?
Right.
And I feel like I'm always fulfilled with every design I come out with. So I never get discouraged. Like I said, I just feel like I haven't came out with something that person might not like yet. Right. But it's coming.
It's beautiful.
Coming because it's progress. It always happens like that.
Right. Progress. Oh, I love that. Especially with the success, because success can just be fulfilling your to-do list for the day. That's success. Success to be getting out the bed when you don't want to. That's success. Success is seen in all different angles, all different frames, all different ways. So make sure y'all tending to yourselves and knowing what you like, what you don't like, and just making it happen. We see a lot of photos here, but we also see somebody in these photos that we recognize right here, right now. What's this photo? What's this red? What's this jersey? Like, it's giving literally fire. Like, how did we get here?
That was my very, 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 very first official photo shoot.
Wow.
Like that's where it all started. That was in Las Vegas in the desert. So it's kind of like that's real close to me, real sentimental because that shows a lot. It shows one where it started, where I had to be the model.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy TJ. He was the photographer. So I always felt like, man, I never wanted to be the model. But at the at the beginning, it was like, well, ain't nobody really messing with you yet. So you got to be the model.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do right now.
Right.
So you know that's always going to be a special photo because, like I said, it was the beginning, and to see where you started and then see where you at now is crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. So that's always going to be probably one of my favorites, just for the simple fact of why I was the model.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not a model though, by the way.
You sure?
I'm not a model, but
make it happen though, right?
That's where it started, and you know, I'm glad that's where it started.
Absolutely. And when it comes to your business, like you should know the ins and outs of your business. You should know what it takes for your business before you can delegate and ask somebody else to be a part of it or ask somebody else to invest it. You should know all angles are just about before you even outsource, because if you know everything, then anyone you're bringing in, they'll love it. They'll enjoy it 10 times more. They'll be just as passionate as you were. And even when you're not on certain days, they'll help you fill that in. So make sure you know your brand, you know your business, and it aligns with your values. Being that a clothing brand, media, this is where the generation is going, right? When it comes to maybe certain artists or clothing designs, things of this magnitude, what advice or what guidance can you give to somebody maybe looking to start their clothing brand, looking to get into the media realm, looking to get into the photo shoots, into the fashion shows?
The best advice I can give someone like that is build you a solid team. Build you a solid team. When I say a solid team, don't just put somebody on your team because you've known them forever. Bring people in that add value, not just to the team, but add value to themselves. So that was always my vision in the beginning. I said I wanted, you know, my photographer to be a real photographer. I want models to be real models. So that way I know if I'm there or not, it's going to get executed properly because this is what they do. You don't want to just bring somebody with a camera because, you know, that's not how it goes. You don't want to bring nobody just like to take pictures.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
let me try it.
Yeah, you know, you want professionals. You want somebody to be as passionate about their craft as you are about yours. So that's going to ensure that it's always going to come out clean. So I said, you got somebody just, oh yeah, I take pictures sometimes on the side because, you know, I found this camera at my house. It ain't gonna fly. It ain't gonna cut it because they're not gonna take it serious. Right. They're not gonna take it serious. If you take your craft serious, you should want somebody around you that take their craft serious just like you do. So, you know, and I always planned to be a businessman. So I always knew I wasn't gonna always be able to be around and direct and see what's going on. But I have confidence in my team that they're gonna execute the way that I would want it to be executed because that's what they do. That's their profession. That's their line. That's their job.
Exactly. And through your brand, you'll see their brand, their business, branches, trees, leaves, the whole route, 9 yards, y'all.
Follow us on Instagram at TOPSHELF17, TOPSHELF _7 TEEN. Come check us out. Get all the new drip. Come get inspired. That's what it's about. And always reach for the top shelf. Don't give up. Even the days you don't want to do it, you got to dig deep and keep climbing. And don't forget who you want to be. Don't conform. Don't forget who you want to be, and don't let the world make you who they want you to be. Always stay true to yourself.
One task, one love. Shout out Bob Marley at a time. Okay. And with all of that being said, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. This relationship has now formed. It will now build. It will now grow. You know, we gonna catch a flight, have to see y'all on the West Coast.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Get busy. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. Make sure y'all check out that first episode and the empowerment of the word choice and choosing the actions that you want to see yourself as, choosing the actions to be in the certain rooms, choosing to form certain relationships so that your business is able to grow, so that you're able to grow, because without personal development, how is your brand even going to kick off? How is your business even going to thrive and succeed long term, right? So make sure y'all check out that episode. And of course, the 360 video booth going crazy forever and always. Get your bookings in. Y'all can find us at _ the Golden Impact, as well as thegoldenimpact.net. Definitely subscribe, like, comment, and y'all already know. Bang that bell for the next episode. We'll catch y'all real soon.